The gold became scarce in the Klondike quickly. Yet, instead of surrendering, this resilient community found renewal. Machines and technologies gave this remote settlement a new beating heart. Let's get ahead with this video so I can finally get warm inside my cabin. Jeez. Placer bucket dredging is a technique that saw major developments in New Zealand in the 1800s around Dunedin, and at the time was by far the most effective method for mining low-grade gold placer deposits. Subsequently, it was exported across both islands in the country and further developed. However, it failed to yield significant returns in places like the backcountry valleys of the Nelson region. With innovations like placer dredging on the horizon, the mining landscape in Dawson City also faced a turning point. By 1912, easy shallow gold in the Klondike was mostly depleted. New mining methods were needed to reach the remaining deeper gold. The search for it required more hours in the field than ever before. Change was inevitable. Something had to evolve if the city was going to survive. This is when the dredges number 1 through 4 were bought, and their materials were sent over the mountains and down in the Yukon River from Vancouver, like an IKEA bed sent through express shipping. Each crate weighed 20 tons. Steamboats relayed these crates through the river during the summer of 1912. Number 2, 3, and 4 were heralded as the largest gold dredges to ever be constructed in the world through boosterism. These dredges worked by hauling gravel in huge buckets. Each bucket weighed 4,600 pounds and could lift nearly a ton of gravel at once. The line, with 68 individual buckets, could reach 45 feet below the water line into the valley floor. Each minute, the dredge could lift what roughly 3 miners could do in an entire day. Its pump boasted a capacity of 1,000 US gallons per minute. That gravel was passed through the body of the dredge, washed in gigantic rotating barrels, and separated by gravity. The gold, being 19 times as dense as water, could sink to the bottom quite easily. The gold was recovered, while the rest was discarded as waste rock and water at the back. The following years were among the most productive in Klondike history. Across all companies, in total, 12 dredges from 2 companies mined roughly 9 tons of gold. As the machines went through the landscape in an eating frenzy, they left dredge worm castings. Behind them, a trail of rock and gravel in a snake-like pattern was left, permanently changing the landscape of the Klondike. Over the subsequent 4 years, production decreased steadily. The First World War, among other things, finally sealed the fate of one of the dredge companies, the Canadian Klondike Company, as the costs were far higher than previously thought. The expected sharp rise in gold prices never materialized, leaving the company to file for bankruptcy. Dredging continued somewhat incapacitated under one consolidated company, the Yukon Consolidated Gold Corporation, until 1966. With the arrival of the dredges, the need for extra hand miners vanished. The same technology that ensured the company's profits forced Dawson City to adapt. Its population dropped from 30,000 at its height to as few as 2,000 before a dredge had even seen the light of day. This new era marked a second decline, as the dredge drastically reduced the need for hand miners. While dredge number 4 operated until 1959, it was eventually decommissioned and now rests as a National Historic Site. Despite all odds, Dawson City, being unique in its lifestyle, has survived the rise of the machines. Now, both the Dredges and Dawson City endure somewhere north, frozen in time, and counted among the richest lore in Canadian history. For more on everything about minerals, visit my channel, Mindex. Thank you for sticking to the end, and please do not forget the like and subscribe buttons. Out, peace, peace out. Out, peace out. Out, peace out. The gold! Jeez.